So you might have seen runners on social media talk about having 4 or 5 different pairs of running shoes in their rotation, and this potentially reducing their injury risk. But for beginner to intermediate runners, is this actually the case, and is it appropriate? So I'm an intermediate runner. I run 5 days a week, run some decent event times and got a little bit of an aerobic tank. But all my runs throughout the week will take place in the ASICS Superblast 2. So whether that's a long run, a slow run, an easy run, fast run, all of them will take place in the ASICS Superblast. And then for race day, I'll use the Nike Alpha Fly, the carbon plated shoes. So my running shoe rotation consists mainly of one good running shoe and then a racing shoe for when the time comes. And I feel like that would work perfectly for 99% of all beginner runners and maybe some intermediate runners as well. And why I think that straight off the bat is the bang for buck of the exercise. So if you're going to buy 3 to 5 different pairs of running shoes, $250 to $350 a pop, becomes very expensive very quickly and just creates a further barrier to entry to a sport that really should just be so simple. And particularly for beginner to intermediate runners who this video is aimed at, the bang for buck is always going to be in your running training, your strength training as well, rather than the quality of your running shoe rotation. So the main idea of a running shoe rotation surrounds the idea of reducing your injury risk. And the logic behind this is that wearing different running shoes throughout the week will better or more evenly distribute the load upon the body so you don't get repetitive stress in one area. So different shoes are structured differently, which then creates this basically like a proxy strength training setup where you'll run in different shoes and it'll force your body to act in a different way and thus loading it differently. But for beginner to intermediate runners who this video is targeted at, I feel like that extra variety in your shoes just creates extra risk and extra stimulus that your body, which is already inexperienced, has got to cope with and deal with on top of your running training. So what really matters at this stage in your running journey is the consistency in your training program and the consistency in your strength training program as well. That's going to give you the biggest return for a relatively minimal outlay financially versus a maximum outlay and a minimum return in terms of a running shoe rotation. So the main message, I guess, from this video is that one good running shoe is more than enough for this stage in your running journey. And if you want to go out and get a nice plated shoe or a faster shoe for your race day or events, then by all means go for it. But don't feel like you need to be influenced or you have been influenced by social media, running experts telling you that you need to have 3 to 5 different pairs of shoes to be sustainable in your running, which just isn't the case. So you don't need the full arsenal of shoes to be successful. You just need to follow a good quality strength program, good quality running program, and then just be patient the rest of the way. So you don't need a running shoe rotation. You just need to keep having a crack.